Hi everyone, my name is Daria. I'm a student nurse and welcome to my channel. Okay, so as you can tell by today's title, we're going to be talking all about internships, externships, all that good stuff. So this summer, well, first let me rewind. If you don't know what an externship, it's basically where you are a paid nurse intern. So you follow the nurses around, you do like nursing tasks that you can do without a license and things like that. A nursing internship is the same exact thing as an externship. The only sucky part is that you're not getting paid for it, okay? Free labor for the win, I guess, for some of these hospitals. This summer, I did a nursing internship. I was required to complete 100 hours to complete the program. So yeah, it was a really good experience. So we're going to jump right into everything. And I've got my little notepad here, so don't mind if I'm looking down. First thing is how to get one. Now, depending on your state, it is so hard because I was actually looking for programs high and low, and if I did find a program, I might have missed the deadline already because some of these programs already start their applications in January. So like now is actually a good time to start looking for programs, especially at the beginning of the semester. So how I got mine was totally like whoever is up there was looking out for me. My school sent an email that same week. I had to get all of my documents and I had to get 2 recommendation letters and all of that stuff. And that is why it's so important to have good relationship with your professors, because I had 2 professors, emailed them, they got them to me right away, so I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is Google and just go to your school, see if they have anything to offer, because they might. A lot of times schools maybe have partnerships with hospitals, or they already know about these opportunities. So talk to someone in your school, probably your professors, or like your office that handles the nursing department. They should know something. Excuse me. Okay, so what did I do? Like, what the heck is a nursing internship? So first things first, be ready to kind of be a CNA, PCA, right? So yeah, you're a nurse, internship, whatever. But it depends on your floor. Like my floor, they had no idea what to do with us, right? So we first started off doing CNA duties, helping them out because a lot of hospitals are short-staffed. So, we're helping them out. Then as they get accustomed to us and what we can do, you find a nurse. Maybe they are in the mood to mentor you for the day. They'll take you along. Depending on your program, you may be able to give meds. You may be able to do like changing, dang, I can't think of the name right now, but wound care, but not like the in-depth wound care, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like changing the pressure, also prevention pads and stuff, stuff like that. And so yeah, just you kind of got to get a feel for what you can do. So for my program, I will say it was a shock the first day because as opposed to clinical, you're on your own, you're flying solo, right? There may be other people in your floor in your program with you, but for the most part, you're flying solo. And it was kind of like make eye contact with the nurse, maybe do something for the nurse, and just tag along, pounce, hop on them, like, and that's really hard for me because if I sense that you are annoyed, I kind of back away slowly. But I had to get in the habit of, I know you're annoyed, okay, but are you willing to show me what you're doing? Are you willing to teach me whatever? And just pounce and just stick with them like Velcro. My floor was really interesting. I was on a med-surg telemetry floor. If you don't know what telemetry is, basically just cardiac monitoring. All of the patients were on continuous monitoring. All of the rooms had screen monitoring, so you could see their EKG. And at the nurses station, their strips were continuously going. I learned how to analyze strips with some of the nurses and things like that. So yeah, that's what I did. I just kind of saw what today was going to bring me, you know, because you never know. And on our message, on the med-surg telefloor, we got all types of patients that you wouldn't assume would be on a cardiac floor. We had trach patients, trying to think of some of the really interesting ones. But yeah, it was really a variety. It was very diverse, and it's not strictly cardiac the way you envision it. Like, these people can have drug addictions, but they need to be monitored, stuff like that. Like, anything to do with the heart, they're probably going to be there unless they need ICU care. Okay, loaded question. Did I like it? No. No, I probably wouldn't, like, I would not do that again. And here's why I didn't like it for me. Like I said, it's very unstructured. I'm a very structured person, right? So it's kind of hard for me to just walk up to someone and hope that they'll show me mercy and let me tag along with them. That's very hard for me. A lot of the times I did feel as though I didn't know what to do, what was going on. I felt a little bit lonely because it was like, I'm very social, but I only tend to make friends when I feel as though they'll last or they're important. So I hate to say this, but for a program that is only like 2 months of the summer, I didn't feel it necessary to make friends. And that's the honest truth, because that's just how I am. My friends, they last a lifetime. So I don't make friends for a week. Like, I will probably be sad, like, if we leave for a week and never talk again. So anyway, yeah, I felt lonely sometimes. It was hard, and it's so weird because thinking about going, I'd be like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Once I was there, everything was fine. Like, a lot of the times the nurses, they were really nice. But I don't know, it's a mental thing. I didn't want to. And then there's also this aspect of knowing that the nurses know you're not here to stay. You know you're not here to stay. So a lot of the times they don't even try to build those relationships. It's kind of like a student at clinical. Like, the nurses will help you for the day, but that's it. Like, they're not going to try and build a relationship with you because you're not here to stay. You know what I'm saying? They are not your preceptor. You don't have a license right now. Like, they don't know. So I get that part of it. Now, the experience unmatched, and I'm very glad that I can put this on my resume, and I'm very glad to say what I don't want to do. Like, there's certain specialties that I have X'd out because of this experience, and it's really interesting to see a nurse's day-to-day without the filter of a professor. I had responsibilities. Like, I had to make sure all the finger sticks were in. Otherwise, the nurse would come up to me and be like, hey, you didn't do my finger stick. Like, what happened? Or, for instance, one of the patients I did a finger stick for, her blood sugar was, it was low. It was like 50s, right? I had to immediately go to the nurse. I was like, do you want me to get the patient orange juice? Yeah, we had to recheck. And, and when that nurse saw that I knew how to interpret, the blood sugar reading, that day, she actually took me under her wing, and I was like, following her around. So that's what I'm saying. Like, show them what you can do, and they will be more willing, especially if they know that you have a little something up there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so emotionally, I would not do it again. From the business aspect of elevating yourself and, gaining these experiences, I would do it again. But I just feel like the added pressure of being a student, doing something new, like, I don't want that pressure right now. Like, I just want to pass and get a license. That's all I want. So my program did have the opportunity to continue on if you wanted to after your 100 hours were completed, but I respectfully declined. But yeah, did I like it? No. Do I think it's necessary? Depending. I think it is what you make of it. So, knowing what I know now, would I do it again? Dang, I don't know. It's yes or no. I'm sorry, guys. It's not a direct answer on this. I would say yes, because for me, I'm very big on developing myself, and I'm very big on thinking ahead and having things to put on my resume, because I kind of know that I would like to go straight into a specialty outside of graduation. And anything that would help me transition, anything that would help make me a good applicant, I'm all for it. But it was like, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. And for some people, it might have been easier. But for me, it was hard. It was like a full-time job, not getting paid. I had the option to do 8-hour, 12-hour shifts. I did 8-hour shifts, so I did a total of 12 shifts for the summer. Yeah, it's hard. Just know yourself, but try it. Because the only reason I can say it was hard is because I tried it. How would you know if you don't try it, right? Were the nurses nice? So as students, we always worry if we're gonna get like snobby attitudes or stuff like that because it hurts our feelings. But yeah, I had nice nurses, and there were a lot of new grads on the floor, so it was interesting seeing what a new grad load looked like 6 months out. And yeah, they are getting big loads, y'all, so get ready. But yeah, they were nice. You know, sometimes you do get the cold shoulder or the not today, and that's okay. Because after seeing what they went through, I don't know if I'd want a student either. Would I be rude? Absolutely not. But it is hard to get all of your work done, get your charting done, and have a student. So I get it. I get it. But my nurses were nice, I have to say. My nurses were nice. In my hospital, they were PCAs. PCAs were great. And they're even greater if you show that you are willing to take initiative. So like in my hospital, PCAs did a lot. They did EKGs, obviously vital signs. They could draw blood, stuff like that. So I learned how to do an EKG with my PCAs and my nurses. We did bladder scanners, Foley's. I didn't do Foley's, but I got to observe. So yeah, the more you take initiative, the more you show that you're willing to work, the more they are willing to work, to go and above, beyond, and show you stuff. I even met a graduate from my school, and he was so sweet, and it was nice to see somebody on the other side of my program, and it was reassuring. And he was like, it was hard even then. So I don't know, it was just really nice. He's been a nurse for 10 years. He's really awesome. He was a travel nurse, so yeah. Ooh, pro tip. A lot of times travel nurses are more willing to show you stuff. So if there's travel nurses, maybe get a feel for them. A lot of the travel nurses, they showed me the most. Staff nurses, they were good too, but I feel as though the travel nurses were a little more willing. So yeah. Anything interesting? I never get any super awesome clinical stories, guys, but to me, everything is pretty exciting. It's new. Let's see. Anything interesting? My hospital, they had a correctional floor, so we would get inmates on the tele floor. And it's so funny because to me, I'm not afraid of patients. You know what I'm saying? And inmates do get a negative rap, rightfully so, because why are you incarcerated, but they don't scare me. A lot of times you have to be assertive, because I like to use the expression, like, people can smell fear, right? So you fake it and they will never know. Anyway, so we got inmates on our floor, and it was cool interacting with them. Like, most of them are really nice. Some of them were not nice. I would avoid the not nice ones. But luckily, I keep saying sorry. Luckily, being an intern, they shield you from violence. They shielded me from a lot of violence. Yeah, like anything super unsafe. I did not go in any isolation rooms. They would, like, they don't want a lawsuit on their hands, So yeah, the inmates were really interesting. Yeah, that's it. One inmate told me that they're gonna name their first daughter after me because my name is so pretty. So that was like okay, that was nice. I had a really sweet old woman. She was just so sweet, her and her daughters. So yeah, it was fulfilling. I will say this: if you are a clinical and or doing internship or something like this, and you have a feeling that it's not right, take that into consideration, because I never had that feeling. No matter how miserable I felt, like like I said, that I had a hard time, I never felt as though this wasn't my path. So these experiences can really help you realize if this is what you really want to do, and that's okay. Granted, you don't necessarily have to be a med-surg tele nurse or whatever floor you get assigned to, but just take into consideration, because for the first year or so, you might have to do the grunt work of something you don't like. So yeah, it put a lot of things in perspective for me. I did get to see a couple of codes. I got to see a TEE, transesophageal echocardiogram, I believe is what it's called. So that was interesting. What else did I get to see? I got to see a lot of, yeah, those are the most memorable things. I'm pretty sure TEE is what I said, but don't quote me. Yeah, it was interesting. And my cardiac semester is this semester, so I got to jump on EKGs and how to read EKGs. So I'm feeling confident. I don't remember everything, but yeah. And my internship, they also had perks, so we did a full month of EKG classes, like the program altogether, and then we had respiratory care classes. So, and all of it was free. And then they offered BLS if your card was expired. So it had perks, y'all. It had perks. But yeah, that was my internship experience. I suggest at least trying it. At the end of the day, I could have dropped, right? I mean, I have gotten the certificate for 100 hours. I could have dropped, but I'm not a quitter. Never been a quitter. It's okay to be a quitter, but me, no, it would have been on my conscience. But yeah, any questions about internships, externships, let me know. I try and be as real with you guys as possible. I don't sugarcoat stuff. So yeah, comment below if you have questions about it, and I'd be more than happy to let you guys know more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna insert a couple of vlog clips at the end about my internship. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye. Good morning. It's my first day of internship. I'm already running late, but that's okay. Your girl is not driving, so props to me for not freaking driving, because I drive everywhere, but I cannot drive to the city, so giving myself grace. Bus is in 4 minutes, so I gotta hurry up. Wish me luck. First day complete. Can you tell I'm tired? Like, my feet are on fire. I'm just exhausted. That was only an 8-hour day. Like, how am I gonna get through 12 hours as a nurse? I guess the money will make it worth it. I don't know. But it was a good day. I'm on a telemetry floor and I'm learning a lot. And the person I was with today was really nice, so gotta love that. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Good morning, guys. So I haven't been vlogging this journey very much, but it's been really hard. Like, I don't know, I've just been having a really hard time at this program, and not because anyone's mean. It's just, I don't know, it's just been really hard for me. So today is Saturday. It took everything in me to get my booty up, but once you start the day, you got to be positive, because all you can do is start, right? Bye, guys.